Hello everyone, and in this tutorial you will learn how to use React Router to build navigation for a React application. React Router enables multi-page navigation within a single page application. By the end of this video, you will know how to set up React Router in a React app, create basic and dynamic routes, implement navigation with links and programmatically, and you will also learn how to use nested routes for more complex layouts. So as you can see, I have already set up this React application along with Tailwind CSS in order to save you time when we'll be styling our elements, so we will not waste our time on that. Tailwind CSS will help us. Without further ado, let's open our terminal, and to install React Router, we need to say npm install React Router DOM and press enter. Okay, now we are ready to go. First, let's create some basic components such as home, about, and contact components. So let's do it inside source folder. I'll create a new folder called components, and inside let's create home component. So now let's create about component and contact component. So now to actually use React Router, we need to wrap our whole application inside a React Router. So let's do it. I need to say router, and we need to import it from React Router DOM. Okay, but here we need to say browser router as router. Otherwise, our application is gonna crash. Okay. Now we need to define our routes. So let's import them as well. Okay, so now let's define one route. It's a self-closing, as you can see, and we also need to import it from React Router DOM. So now we want to show a basic routing. We need to specify a path. So for example, I want to specify the route. So when someone visits this route, I want to show our home component. So the syntax is like this. So let's save it. And as you can see, our code is auto-formatted thanks to the Prettier extension. So take a look at this syntax. In order to use router, we need to wrap our whole application inside of a router, and then we need to define routes, and inside routes we can define single routes. Okay, now let's create a route for about component. We need to specify the correct path. It will be about, and the element that we want to show will be about. And let's do the same for contact component. Okay, we need to import our home component. So let's do it. And now let's save it and see what we have. On our route, we should see home component, the content of home component. And this is the content of home component. It's just this single word. So let's see. So here it is. Okay, now if I say about, we see the content of about component, and the same will work for contact. So to make things easier, we can create one more component called navbar, and inside we will define links. By using them, we will be able to go to home, to about, and to contact. So let's do it. So I will say container. I will add some styling so everything will look good. So here we need to use link, which comes from React Router DOM. And here I will say home, and I need to say to where I should go from this place. We should go to our route, and the same will work for about and contact. Okay. So let's import navbar component inside app.jsx. We can put it right under this router because it shouldn't be inside of our routes. So let's do it. And let's see what we have. So now if I click contact, you can see that we see the content of contact component. If I click home, it will be home, and so on. It is a basic example of how React Router works. Now, to make things more beautiful, I will add some styling using Tailwind CSS. So let's explicitly make our navbar to be another color. So let's say blue, 500. And text will be white. And we should add some gap between our links. Okay. Here is how it looks. Let's also style these elements. For that, inside of our app, I can create a container. I can cut this, create a div, and inside of this div, I can say container. Then I want to center my container, add some padding, and I think it will be enough. So let's see how it looks. So as you can see, our styles are applied to these contact components, to these about components, and so on. Now let's try to add dynamic routes. So let's create a page for user profiles where the user ID will be part of the URL. So let's create user component. And here, in order to add dynamic routing, first we need to import useParams, which comes from React Router DOM. Here we can get access to the ID of a user by saying const ID. So we destructure it from useParams. And here we can say user ID is this ID. So let's save it. And inside of our app.jsx file, we need to do the following. We need to add dynamic route. So let's say route. Our path will be user colon ID. And then we want to show this user component. So let's import it. So as you can see, this part of this path is dynamic. So to test it, we can do the following. So let's here say user and, for example, 555. So as you can see, we see user ID is 555. So basically, whatever you type here, and then if you press enter, whatever you type here will be displayed here. This is the concept of dynamic routing in React. Here you get access to this ID thanks to these useParams. And for example, if you want to say something different rather than ID, for example, maybe you want to say something like Slack, then you can save this. And here you also need to say Slack because Slack is dynamic, and it is dynamic because it stands after this colon. Okay, so let's test it again. So let's say something like this. And as you can see, it's working. Now I will change it back to ID because I like it better. Okay. So sometimes we want to navigate to different routes programmatically, for example, after a form submission or button click, or after a user signs in or registers, when such things happen. So for that, we can use useNavigate. So let's go to home component and we can do the following. So it will be a programmatic approach. So we can say navigate and we can say useNavigate, which comes from React Router DOM. And then we can create a function. So let's say go to about component. Okay. And then we can navigate to about component. So let's create a button. So when a user clicks this button, he will be navigated to this path. So for that, we need to call that function. And let's say go to about. So let's save it and test. So now I will come back to the home component. And now if I click go to about, you can see that here I see the content of the about component. So it's an example of a programmatic approach. Okay, now if you want to define a not found page, you can do this. You can say route, and for path, you can write this sign. Okay. And for the element, let's create not found component. So we need to create it first. So let's do it. And now we need to import it. So this basically means that if a user goes to any route which isn't specified here, it will be automatically redirected to this not found. So if I go to this path, I will see this. If I go to this about, I will see this. But if I try to go to an absolutely random place, then this not found component will be shown. So let's see this in action. So I will try to say something like this. And as you can see, it is not found simply because this path isn't specified in our router. Okay, so now let's talk about nested routes. Nested routes help when you have a layout with section or sub pages, like a dashboard with multiple tabs. So let's see how to implement nested routes for a dashboard page with profile and settings. For that, we need to create dashboard component. Then we need to create settings component and profile component. Then in our app.jsx, we can do the following. We can say route path will be dashboard and the element will be dashboard. Okay, and now we can say the following. We can say route and inside of this route we can define as many routes as we want. So here let's say route, it will be for our profile and the element will be profile component. And let's do the same for our settings component. So let's save it. Now inside of our dashboard, we can say the following. Let's create h1 tag and let's say it will be dashboard. And then let's create some navigation. And then here we will create links. So let's say profile. We need to write to profile. And the same for settings. Okay, and here we need to import outlet, which is come from React Router DOM. So outlet is a place where the nested components will be rendered. So in other words, the outlet component in React Router is like a placeholder for rendering child routes in a parent routes layout. Okay, so now let's save it and see what we have. So now I will go to home and from here I will say dashboard. And now if I click profile, as you can see, I see the content of profile. Now if I click settings, you see that it is not found for a reason. So let's find out why. So here I say settings and here I say setting. So let's change it back to settings and test one more time. So as you can see, now I see the content of settings. So that's why not found component can be useful. So in this tutorial, we have covered setting up basic routing and navigation with React Router, using dynamic routes to handle parameters in the URL, navigating programmatically with useNavigate, and handling not found errors for undefined routes, and implementing nested routes for complex layouts. So as you can see, React Router provides a powerful way to manage navigation in React apps. And now you have the foundation to build more complex applications with different types of routes. And if you think that this video was useful, you can like this video and subscribe to this channel for more useful videos.